Good morning and welcome to this video. Again, it's quite early in the morning, so I have not looked at much market data, but this is more like a personal crypto and Bitcoin walk and talk. So let's jump into the topic. Today, I want to talk about the topic if you already have missed the altcoin season, because lots of my followers, lots of my community are actually asking me what they should do. Should they still buy in now, or should they just wait until we reach deeper prices, or is it over again? Did they miss the boat? Should they come back in 3 years or whatever? So you have seen a lot of opinions on that on the internet. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of talk about what's going on with altcoin season. Is altcoin season over officially? Are we still getting started? Lots of people are also talking about the banana zone, as you may have seen. So this was basically invented by Raw Paul from Real Vision. And he is predicting that till the end of the year, we will see a rise up in prices, like looking like a banana, mainly because of global M2, mainly because of liquidity. I have made a video about global liquidity. You will find it on my channel. And global liquidity, if you don't know it already, is basically an indicator. So the global M2 is an indicator telling us how much money gets printed all over the world. So it's a good idea for us. It helps us to understand where risk assets will go, because risk assets are following global M2. The more money comes into the market, the higher risk assets usually go. So from this point, we are still not reaching anywhere near the end. In my opinion, we will still see a run up into at least the end of the year, maybe into the first quarter. In my video yesterday, I said till maybe November. It's always hard to say, right? But all I want to say is that we will still have the chance to profit from some other coins. I don't think it will be a usual altcoin rally where Ethereum will lead and all the other stuff will also follow. Why is that? This is mainly because there's too many altcoins in the market already. The problem we have at the moment is that we have millions and millions of coins in the market. And this is very unlikely. This is very unusual also for the last cycles. We have never had this much coins in the market. As you know, you can just go ahead and create your own coin on pump.fun, or it's very easy actually to create a coin for yourself. And these coins are flooding the market and taking away capital into all these smaller plays. This means that there's not so much capital for bigger plays or other plays. Money gets diluted. I've just seen that BlackRock actually bought 19,000 Ethereum. I think it's around 48 million. Lots of people in the industry and lots of this bigger player go into the Ethereum ETF now. It's still some kind of hated asset. It improved because Ethereum did a 40% rise over the last weeks. So the asset has now a little hope inside. Some of the bigger investors talk about that Ethereum will actually be their main bet. It has so much underperformed that it's very likely that it outperforms every other asset in now this coming month. We also see a lot of outflows in Ethereum, but just today or yesterday evening, I think at 2 o'clock, they have to report the ETF filings. We have seen that 19,000 Ethereum have been bought by BlackRock. And they don't do it without any knowledge, I guess. they have quite a good plan. Also, parts of the Trump family have been telling us to buy Ethereum some weeks or some months ago. So it's very likely that Ethereum will go up. Will it outperform a lot of other assets? It's likely. Will it outperform Solana or XRP or some other promising assets? I'm not sure about it. So it still has very much room to go. We are around the 2,600 for Ethereum now. We haven't even reached all-time highs, the last cycle's all-time highs, which is very, very unusual for a big asset like this. Almost all the other bigger assets have reached all-time high. But talk about Solana, even XRP went up crazy. ADA went up. This is connected to different things, of course, but Ethereum holders have been very disappointed. And not just Ethereum holders, this is true basically for most of the assets. Yesterday we've been talking a little about the gaming assets. The gaming assets in particular have been promoted very much over the latest cycles. So everybody was thinking the real-time application where crypto is really coming in and really taking over the normal people, so to say, will be gaming. Till now, it didn't really happen. We have some projects like the projects from Elio, the Super project, which is performing quite well. There's some direct tokens connected to gaming that is also performing quite good, but overall, we have not seen the performance that has been promised for gaming. I believe this is also because we have seen the AI agent play. So let me start to walk down a little. I can't look at the camera all the time, I guess, but you understand. So this new AI agents that came in basically have been also diluting the industry. Lots of people that have been inside of these gaming coins have switched to the next new hot narrative. The craziest things we have seen is when everybody sold all his other meme coins just to be in the Trump coin. So when you remember at the day there was this dinner that Trump gave where he actually announced that he is publishing, or this Trump coin is coming out. And then everybody was actually selling his coins, his meme coins, to buy Trump coin. We have seen even teams of these coins taking out their reserves or selling some of their coins just to buy into the Trump coin. Of course, the Trump coin went down very much after that. Too much money flowing in. People wanted to take profit. You need to understand how money flows. So I don't think we will see a regular alt season. We will see an alt season, but just for coins that are basically have a narrative, so to say. What I mean by narrative is they need to fit into the play that is going on at the moment. This will probably be, again, these AI agents, AI 16C. What else? There's this AI bot, this is AI Twitter bot. I forgot the name of it. So you have virtuals coming up quite well. So these are quite strong coins. And on some websites, you can actually check the mindshare. Mindshare simply means that you can check how many people are involved into that area. How big is like the community? How many people are buying that stuff? How many people are promoting it? So the mindshare can be quite interesting. It's like almost like social media metrics, I would say. So to win in this altcoin season, you need to be in the right coins. I don't think that we will see an altcoin season for old assets. You're probably not alone holding assets from the last cycle or even a cycle before that you have in your wallet, and then you're hoping that they go up from almost being worth zero now to at least a value that you are able or you think you can sell it. Most people wait for breaking even. That means like they at least want to get out what they put in. Very likely this is not happening. But I think it's still a good idea to not sell these assets if they're already down 99, 98, 95%. In my opinion, it doesn't make much sense to sell them now. You lose so much, and the gains you have is like, they don't make a difference, right? So I would suggest just to wait until the market really ramps up. And this usually pushes or takes up almost all the assets, even if they are very old assets that have not performed for a very long time. And then it is the right time to sell. Don't wait till the coin goes up and then you will probably see, oh, it breaks even now, but now I'm waiting because now it's the time for this asset. And I wait until I make 500% profits. And this probably will never happen. So you need to be careful. These old assets, make sure you sell them when you made a little profit or when you are close to the price where you bought it, or just get out of them and get into something else. But it's the best strategy, I think, is you get out of these assets that you still have, but most likely then it's not advisable, it's not clever to jump into the next asset because you're already at a quite high level. If these old assets start to rise, it's very likely that the market is already in greed or maybe already in extreme greed. So it's not the right time to take the money that you just released from these old shitcoins that you still have been holding and put it into new assets, because then you're buying the new assets at a too high price. You need to make sure to buy this asset at a low price. Like I teach in my courses, you need to buy. Basically, the easiest way to understand when to buy is to use something like the fear and greed index. You look, is there fear in the market or is it greed? You should never buy if there's greed or extreme greed. You should buy when there's fear in the market. So the strategy is you sell your old assets, you wait until there is fear in the market or even extreme fear in the market, and then you buy. Then you wait until the fear and greed level goes up, or you wait until you have reached a certain percentage and then you get out. So what are some other coins you can go into? I believe now that it has changed too much. Big money, too much institutional money is now in the industry. That means that projects with institutional money flows, heavy institutional money flows, will do much better than smaller projects. If they get billions and billions injected, then these projects will clearly do better. What are some of these projects? Well, some of these projects are SUI. So SUI has got good cooperations with large entities where you can see that they are getting promoted. We have also other projects, all these stable coins, but the stable coins, of course, you cannot invest. I'm just talking about the stable coins because this is very good for the industry. If there's money flowing into the stablecoin field, This means that people are very likely to further invest in Bitcoin in the moment, in the beginning in Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum. We have some Solana ETFs coming up. And so this would be a very interesting field. And as we have learned in some of the other videos, the key or why the industry will actually pump very, very heavily over the next month is that all stablecoin issuers need to buy bonds. This is the new trick 17 of the US government because nobody wants to buy their bonds anymore. So all stablecoin issuers need to buy bonds, invest in bonds. This is very positive at the moment for crypto. For in long term, I don't know, it could be quite a risk if you ask me. So this is one of the coins. Then we have other projects like Solana. It's having lots of adoptions, is having also now ETFs filed. They're still delaying the ETFs. I find it a little strange that the SEC, they told everybody now, they're not regulating so much anymore and they're doing it in a very different way. But why are they not just releasing the Solana ETFs? I don't get the point. There's also a company, I forgot how it's called, but Leah Wall is CEO or managing the company. And what they do is they do the same with Solana, like Sailor is doing with Strategy or former MicroStrategy. And they are also buying Solana with the same strategy, like they are getting cheap loans from the bank and they're putting it on the balance sheet and so on. Many companies are doing this. Unfortunately, it's also going into a direction where companies without any money, without any working product are flocking into the industry. We have seen this. How's the Japanese company called, this hotel company? It's a Meta Planet, I think. So it was a hotel company. I think they had just one hotel. They jumped into Bitcoin, as you know. The stock skyrocketed. I think it's the best performing stock in Japan. But the business was not really booming. If you believe the rumors, it's the same with Sailor's company. So MicroStrategy, like it was called before, they have some kind of business analytics software, but it doesn't seem to perform very well. So this could also be some kind of danger for the industry, that these underperforming companies just hold big stashes of Bitcoin. And when the next downfall comes, lots of them may get problems. But let's continue on the altcoin front. So Solana, we've talked about Ethereum, Sui. There's also Aptos that is quite similar. So the story is there was Sui and Aptos. These are both parts of the team who left Facebook after the Libra coin development. What I've seen is that Aptos is not performing that well over the last month. So in the beginning, I was recommending to invest in Aptos and Sui. But after watching what is going on, after seeing that there's not real development in Aptos, after all the team changes they had, and also looking at the top performance of Sui, I actually decided to sell my Aptos positions and get just into Sui. And it was outperforming quite a lot. But it's possible that Aptos will also run very well now, as we see if there is a coin that has a lower market cap but fulfills almost the same purpose, oftentimes it runs. Another pick that I would consider for you to look at is Pendle. Pendle is quite complicated to understand, but this is always the case that people who are longer time in the industry or people have a very technical background, they understand coins or projects much earlier than we do. Pendle does split up the yield and the value of the stable coin, basically. You can go to the portal and you can stake your stable coin there. You can put your stable coin there, and they're giving you basically, you can take out your future yield. You put your collateral there, they split the collateral and the expected future yield, and you can sell this yield. And this seems to be very attractive for bigger institutional buyers and people who know what they're doing in the industry. So we have seen a lot of uprising in Pendle. Pendle also included ENA now, so Ethena. And Ethena is also a project I would recommend to look at. It's a very interesting new stablecoin. It's some kind of staking mechanism behind, so they have different income sources or different stabilization sources where they get actually the value for the coin. One is they are staking Solana, Ethereum, and I don't know, maybe some other assets. And when these assets go up, the value of the project also goes up. Also, what they do is if you are trading, perpetual trading, if funding rates go up or down, this also has a massive impact on the ENA coin. So ENA will perform very well as soon the market gets a little hot. So if people start to trade, if Ethereum and Solana price goes up, and it's now around, I think just 32 cents. So it fell down very, very much. It was up at least 3 times higher. So it fell down really heavily over the latest weeks. For this project, it is quite a good time now to get into it. A lot of projects are already quite high. So Sui is already quite high. Pendle is quite high. Yeah, you should not buy into projects where they are already, you have missed the boat already. One more project I want to talk about is Tau, so BitTensor. This is also, if you look at it, quite complicated to understand, but at the end, it's not too complicated. Let me try to explain it in simple terms. So Tau is basically a clone or the baby of the Bitcoin idea. The Bitcoin idea means they took the best features of Bitcoin, which will be you have 21 million Bitcoin, you have proof of work, you have the halving cycles every 4 years, and they are implementing, or it's based on AI. It's a decentralized AI play that is using the technology of Bitcoin. You could say like some kind of competitor to ChatGPT, decentralized. So hopefully the engine, the AI, will put out some truth. And with the Bitcoin implementation, or with the idea of the Bitcoin implementation, it's very likely that the value will go up. It is really taking the best of these two worlds. So it's likely that it rises up. Well, this is everything I wanted to tell you today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will probably do another one tomorrow morning. Later on, I will probably do some more updates. One more thing I want to remind you, the challenge is still going on. So the challenge where you can find seed phrases in my videos. If you're interested in that, just click on the link below the video. You will go to a website. It will lead you to a website where you get all the informations you need to enter the challenge. I see you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.